Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 1, Chapter 2.6 for Miss Carranza and Mr. Grice's Algebra 1 class. Alright, today we are going to be talking about the distributive property. Our learning target today is to be able to use the distributive property. Now, what the distributive property is, it is a property that says that when a number is next to a set of parentheses, you can multiply that number, okay? So notice in example 1 that the number 2 is right next to the parentheses, okay? So what that's saying is you can multiply that, okay? So if you look off to the side right here, 2 times x is right there, and then 2 times -4 is right there. And then you get your final answer. Okay, let's look at example number 2. 4 parentheses 2x plus 3, 4 times 2x, and then 4 times 3. Okay, let's go through some examples. Okay, I'm going to draw my arrow to know that I have to multiply 5 times -6y plus 5 times 9. And our final answer is -30y plus 45. Okay, now that works with negatives too. Okay, we have -3 times 16 plus -3 times w. And when you multiply that out, you get -48 minus 3w. And you can keep that as plus a -3w if you want to. Okay? Example number 5 now. We have, instead of a plus in the middle, we have a negative. So what we're going to do is we're going to do click, click, and then multiply. Okay? -2 times k plus -2 times -7. Multiply that out, you get -2k plus 14. All right, example number 6. Now, with that -m, you do not do click, click. Okay, you can only do click, click on subtraction, which is the 7 part. Okay? So -9 times -m plus -9 times -7, 9m plus 63. All right, example number 7. Now, out front, they just have that negative sign. And whenever you just have a negative sign and nothing else, that means that there's a -1. Okay? Inside, we need to do click, click. And then let's start our distributing. Okay? -1 times k plus -1 times -7. And you get -1k plus 7. And if you decided to write -k plus 7, these two things are the exact same. Okay? Why don't you try example number 8 on yourself, by yourself, go ahead and pause the video, and the answer will be up in just a second. And there is the answer, okay? Remember that that's a -1 outside. I did the click inside the parentheses, and then multiplied. Okay. Excuse me. All right, now we're going to use the distributive property with longer expressions. Notice that's what we're going to be distributing. I'm going to go through and do click with everything. Okay. -2 times x gives us, oh, not k, -2x. -2 times -6 gives us +12. -2 times y gives us -2y. And -2 times a -4 gives us +8x. So right now, all we're doing is distributing, right? Let's look at example number 10. Go through and do the clicks. We're going to be distributing the 5. Just in case you're wondering what we're multiplying, I'm going to write this one out the long way. Okay, we got 5 times -3 plus 5 times 1 plus 5 times -8y plus 5 times -10, and then you just multiply everything out. And that's your final answer. Okay, go ahead and try number 11. And pause the video. All right, there you go. All right, number 1 through 6, you're going to try those by yourself, and you're going to see what you get. And then the homework is on the back. Okay, pause the video one last time. The answers will be up in just a minute. And there you go. If you have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. Thanks, guys.